Last weekend at Winter Jam, I ended up breaking both axles on the Summer Jam course up at the top crest coming down, and yeah, so this is the aftermath. As you can see, this slides right in here. This part right here goes inside the actual diff, and this is the shaft. So it's just on a little snap ring right there, so you can see that. But I don't really have the money to spend $2 grand on the drive shaft axles, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace them with stock OEM ones. So today I'm just gonna go over a quick overview on how to do that. These are all of my replacement axles. So what I'm doing right now is actually cleaning up the threads, not only the threads but the splines as well. So this is a dirty one right here, and then I just hit them with this wire wheel on the angle grinder and clean them up. That way I don't really have to worry about them going in stubbornly. If you clean the threads real nice, they'll just slide right in. But a lot of these axles are like 20 years old, so you need to try to clean up a lot of the splines. So all the axle nuts. So I always like to wear safety glasses or any glasses when I'm working on anything with an angle grinder, especially this wire wheel, because those things actually fly off. You know, when you're buying used axles from people, a good tip on choosing a good one is this is like a sliding joint here, if you can see how it moves like that. Kind of funny, but whatever. It's a sliding joint, and what happens is if this is cut or neglected or maybe swapped out without being properly like greased or whatever, it gets rust inside of here, and then it doesn't slide very smoothly. So you'll start to hear like a really rough, like rugged metal on metal noise. This one, yeah, this one's nice and smooth. It slides in and out of the actual CV very smooth. So that's what you want. You don't want it to bind up anywhere or be rugged or notchy. Alright, so after using the wire wheel on the splines, as you can see, splines are nice and clean, and so are the threads. That way, when I'm in a hurry at the track, it just slides in to the hub, and when I'm putting it on, I don't have to worry about gulling up any of the axle nuts or anything. So, and that is how it's supposed to go on. See how nice and smooth that is? Alright, so once you got the splines cleaned off, right before I put the axle back into the diff, I like to put this Redline CD grease. It's like a high pressure grease that just goes on and kind of helps with binding. It's for constant velocity joints and other high-speed bearing applications. This stuff actually really helps. You can get it on Amazon, or you can call and find a distributor, or you can go online and find the distributor. Either way, this is great stuff to keep in your toolbox. Okay, so when you're putting the axle in, it literally just slides in. It goes in really easy as long as you don't have any rust on the splines, and if you put that Redline CV2 grease on there, you're not going to have any issues. So yeah, just slide it in, and you're going to pull the hub up. I like to just brace it on the ground with something. Make sure that it's sturdy, that way it doesn't like come down and like hit you and mess something up. And then this is just going to slide inside of here. So take the toe arm off. It up. And that's going to cut in. Just like that. Here's one more trick that I'm going to show you guys in a couple seconds. Alright, once you've got the axles in, the last part, a little tip that will help you from potentially breaking axles again if you got it incorrectly set up, or if you move some stuff with adjustable suspension, is you don't want the axle to bind. So you want to make sure that there's a little bit of play. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but there's a little bit of play between the axle, the hub itself, and the diff, and it's slipping in and out of the CV joint. So you put a jack under your rear arm. So you pretty much just test it out through its whole range of travel. Jack it up a little bit, you know, and then make sure that you've got play. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but it's sliding back and forth a little bit pretty freely. Go up a little bit more, all the way up, and all the way down. Well, if you do it all the way up, you don't have to do it on its way down, but yeah, so that's what you want to do to make sure that there's no binding of any type. And once you have that all sorted out, then you know, your axle shouldn't break because of binding. So that concludes the axle install on the Wolf, a 93 Mazda RX-7. Comment below, let me know what you guys think, and stay tuned for next time.